This record was put together so differently. Like I said earlier, I just moved my family, halfway across the country. Bart moved his family as well. We're in this big flux of where everybody lives. We're halfway across the country from one another. So making this album was a bigger challenge than in the past.
Our approach on this album, on all levels, we wanted to be new, no pun intended. The producers we've used in the past are some of our favorite people in the whole world, but we just thought at this point, we just want every aspect of making this record to be something not just challenging, but a stretch for us, a new approach for us. And some things were tough. Some ways of making the record were really hard for us. We've done this a long time. But then there are other things that we loved even more. The fact that I'm in Nashville and able to sleep in my own bed every night after making a record is a novel concept.
In the past, we would go hold up in a studio for 3 or 4 weeks and write these songs together, all on our instruments. And this time around, we wrote on the laptop and while we're on the road, and you can't get everybody on their instruments, and it was an uncomfortable writing situation, to say the least. However, I think that stretched us a lot, and throughout the process, I would be complaining about how things were going and how I didn't like, how none of us were ever in the room together. But then at the end of it, I can listen to that album and I'm blown away at what came of it. It's, I think, by far the best sounding record we've ever done. I think the songs have life to them that we haven't had ever before on a record, and it's just exciting. It's really exciting. You gotta let it go.
Oh Lord, have mercy on this weary soul. Come and take me to the river and make me whole.
We wanted stuff that we like to listen to as well, not just make good music, but make good music of the styles that we like. And so we just kind of went into the studio and said, let's make a song that feels this way. Let's make a song that sounds like this. Let's make a song that feels like this. And then out of that's why musically it's kind of all over the place on the record, yet it still has a cohesiveness with the message. And it keeps your attention because every song is a little different.
Our producers, Ben Glover and David Garcia, we've been fans of their work, and they've worked on stuff like Toby and Mandisa and all this kind of stuff, and we just love what they're doing. Typically wouldn't be the guys we would go for, but we love the fact that the music they were making, that where they come from, is not where MercyMe comes from. If MercyMe gets in a room after 20 years and starts writing music, I promise you it's going to sound like music we've already written in the last 20 years. It just happens. It's part of who we are. And so to get people to come in and stretch us in different directions to where it was uncomfortable at times, but the ending result was incredible. That's what we wanted, and man, we got it tenfold with these guys. I mean, I think during the record, I think the guys in the band at any given point would say, man, I don't know, maybe we've made a mistake. And I promise you right now that all 5 of us are saying this is the best record we've ever been a part of.
The only time that we got together and recorded as a band were the 2 songs.
We ended up, all of us, Ben and David, our producers, and the 5 of us in the band, actually all in the studio recording at the same time.
Everything else was kind of done a bit fragmented, and so we didn't see each other at times. We would go in the studio separately. So everyone being in the same room, because we are family, that was pretty special.
It was all of us on our instruments, and David playing keyboard and Ben playing acoustic guitar, and that was a special moment. We recorded 2 songs, I believe, that way, and it doesn't happen that way all the time, and it was the first time on that record that we were all in the same room, all on the same page, creating something from scratch, and that was a great feeling.
I say this in the nicest way possible, but I think for this record we kind of stopped caring, and what I mean by that is we weren't as worried about what radio may think, what our normal fans may want of us, what would allow the MercyMe machine to keep rolling. We just wanted to make something that we truly fell in love with, that made us, after 20 years, fall in love with music all over again.